If you're a coach, consultant, or agency owner running paid ads to book calls, I'm going to be honest with you. There is a massive gap in your funnel that's costing you shorter sales cycles, higher intent leads, and less time convincing prospects on sales calls. I don't know this because all the biggest names in the space, the ones doing 5, 10 or 50 million per month, are all posting organic content on YouTube alongside their paid ads. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you exactly why YouTube needs to be part of your YouTube funnel even if you're running paid ads, how it works with your marketing, and what changes when you add it to your funnel. So here's the problem with running paid ads alone without any kind of nurturing sequences in your funnel. First, you're buying cold traffic. Second, you're sending them straight to a booking page, which is the biggest mistake you can make in your funnel. You're wasting time with unqualified and uneducated prospects. You're spending 45 to 90 minutes building trust from zero in every single sales call, and half of them ghost you or they always hit you with the same objections. I need to think about it. At the end of the day, you're asking for a 2 to 5K of a high ticket service or a mentorship coaching. You get the point from someone you've met 20 minutes ago. You can imagine how hard it is to actually close the deal. That lead needs to be either stupid or absolutely financially uneducated. So what most business owners get wrong about YouTube? They think they need to go viral and they actually need to post their daily routines or day in the life vlogs. For instance, you shouldn't be doing this kind of content and you shouldn't be doing any day in my life. Obviously, you can do it at a certain, but at the start, you shouldn't be focusing on that. You should be focusing mainly on educating and building trust with your audience more than anything. At the end of the day, you want to become an authority in that given niche. So YouTube is basically a trust engine and a pre-qualification system if done correctly, right? So what happens when you actually add YouTube to your funnel? First, when somebody watches your ad, he'll search you up on Google. Every prospect will do his due diligence before he actually buys your program, wants to use your service, let's say, is it done for you? And you get the point that every lead isn't so stupid as you think it is. It doesn't matter how good your ads are. This, at the end of the day, is someone who is looking to improve his life or actually start making more money with your service. So for instance, everyone will go on Google and actually search up your name. And here's the thing, since YouTube is the biggest search engine on the planet, and the second one is YouTube, and YouTube is owned by, as you can see, Google, which means that if you rank on YouTube, you 100% rank on Google. Which means when somebody searches your name, like we did here, your videos will start popping up the first thing they actually see. Which means they'll get directly funneled to your YouTube channel where they can watch 8 to 12 pieces of content, where they can get nurtured, educated, and eventually converted. As you can see, a lead can come to my YouTube channel, click on this video, and actually watch another 3 more videos. That way he gets familiar with who I am, what I'm doing, what I'm offering, what can I deliver, and throughout those videos, if they're done correctly, I can handle any objections, break limiting beliefs, and actually educate that lead. And when he hops on a call with me, he's totally okay with paying 2 to 3K for my service. Now, the second thing that happens when you actually implement YouTube into your funnel is you notice your sales cycles actually become shorter because now people spend so much time with you, they actually are familiar with who you are. Again, prospects show up already educated and they've already watched 3 to 4 pieces of your content, which if you actually take into account the 7-11 rule. And what exactly is the 7-11 rule? That means that if a prospect spends 7 hours with you across 11 touch points and in 4 separate locations, he'll 100% buy from you. And this isn't 100% true because it can be even less than this. And you can imagine with only one ad, you won't be able to get that nurturing and that educated prospect that you're always looking for. That's why YouTube is so powerful. And when they watch your YouTube videos, they already know how you think, who you are, your results, your process, systems, and why they should even trust you in the first place. And this only applies if you actually make the right videos that pre-handle any sales objections and actually break limiting beliefs throughout the whole video. And the best part is you can take your current sales calls and actually give it to ChatGPT, ask it to come up with the most and least asked questions or common objections. And from those objections, you just create a flywheel. What I mean by that is you just create a flywheel where you can just get one objection, create one video. After you create that video, what happens is you can start implementing those objections throughout your whole videos. So now you pre-handle those in your other videos. So you can see how powerful this system is when it's implemented the right way. And by the way, if you want us to add YouTube to your content ecosystem and handle the whole process, you can just record the videos for 30 minutes a week. Click the first link in the description to book a call with me. But here's what most people don't realize about adding YouTube to your ecosystem, which is going to be to attract higher intent leads. This is the biggest dream of every business owner. He only has to go on calls with people that are basically ready to buy. What happens is you filter unqualified prospects, and most of the time, or I would say 99% of the time, they've already decided who they want to work for. They're just confirming if you're actually the right choice, right? If you're right the person to actually make them go from point A to point B. And the first step, you actually stop being a slave to the algorithm. What I mean by that is paid ads work until your CPM spikes or your account gets banned, which most of you can relate to that. And YouTube content is an evergreen machine, or I would say even its own vacations. He doesn't eat, he doesn't take breaks, and he doesn't get sick, which means it doesn't matter if it's 2 a.m., 5 p.m., your YouTube channel is going to be working non-stop, qualifying, nurturing, educating your prospects, and eventually converting them based on the time they actually spent watching your videos. And a little funny fact is YouTube will bring you qualified leads for the next 6 to 12 months minimum, if your videos are done correctly, obviously. And I want to mention it finally is YouTube is an asset, it's not an expense. So you need to look at it as a sales asset that is going to be making you a lot more money in the long run and not in the short term. Again, this is organic content. It's not like paid ads. I can give it $1,000 a day and it's going to be giving it to a lot more people. But again, it's a lot shorter in terms of the time it's going to be working, but the quality of the leads is exponentially higher than paid ads. Now, I want to give you a insanely good example is from one of our clients' channels. As you can see, for the month of January, we posted only one video on the 17th. And then our second video was on the 4th of February, which is like 2 days ago, which means that this channel, this whole month was growing. He didn't see a stagnation, plateau, nothing like that. As you can see, he got 3.5k views more than usual, 416 hours more than usual of watch time, and 212 subscribers more than usual. And the channel got only 7k views in the last 30 days, which you can see how powerful YouTube is. I want to mention it that he didn't post any videos for a whole month, and his YouTube channel was working for him every single day, every single minute, every single second. And finally is you create content ecosystem. So what I mean by that is your CPA will drop, your ad spend will also drop, and that way you will be able to test more ads because you spend less, and that way you make even more money. So again, you can see how powerful YouTube is if you actually implement it into your funnel. So cycles and consistently improving yourself on every call, then click the first link in the description and book a call with me. We will go through your current funnel, how we can add YouTube so we can create a content ecosystem for you so you don't have to figure out yourself. And if you want to see the full breakdown of how we made over $9,000 for one of our clients with posting on YouTube, click the video on screen and I'll see you there. Peace.